Rosh Hashanah is almost upon us, and yet before we can enter into this holiday, there is a universal Jewish custom to annul vows on Erev Rosh Hashanah, to perform the Hatarat and the Nedarim in order that we can enter this holy day free from the serious sin of unfulfilled vows. In fact, as the Shlach HaKadosh notes in the beginning of Masechet Yoma, Umizem nitpashet haminhag lomar kol nidrei b'Yom HaKippurim, that not only do we have the custom to do Hatarat Nedarim on Erev Rosh Hashanah, but also this is the actual basis for the custom to recite Kol Nidre on Yom Kippur night. But this Hatarat Nedarim doesn't apply to every kind of vow a person may have made, but rather it's effective for vows that a person forgot having made. It's also effective in annulling the obligation to continue performing a positive minhag, a custom that one performed 3 times in a row without stipulating that it doesn't have the force of a vow. And it annuls commitments to voluntary mitzvot that one undertook without specifying that it does not have the force of a vow. However, if a person remembers making a specific vow, he or she is not released from that vow until detailing it before 3 judges who can release him, based on either his regret or some other factor. This is taught clearly in the Shulchan Aruch Yoredam in Reish Chavchet Sif Yudalid. The annulment process is that the person appears before 3 men and asks them to be released from the vow. Even 3 non-rabbis can be part of this Beit Din because it's not actually a Din Torah, a normal form of judgment, but instead it is the annulment of vows, and to release him, the 3 men say either Muter Lach or Sharui Lach or Machul Lach 3 times, statements that are saying you're allowed to do this or you are forgiven. And of course, we find the exact formula today in all of our Sidurim. Not only is Hatarat Nedarim not considered a regular judgment, but because it is not a regular judgment, it can be performed at night when a Beit Din normally would not meet, and the 3 people who are sitting as judges could be related to each other or to the person asking for the annulment. And that's why in Shulchan Aruch it teaches 3 brothers can annul the vow of a 4th brother. One exception would be if a woman comes forward to have her vows annulled, her husband is not allowed to be one of the 3 because of the principle of ishto kegufo. It's if there are one corpus, and therefore a person can't be asking themselves. The person who performs Hatarat Nedarim customarily stands while the 3 people are sitting as a court would sit. Many people can stand before the court and ask all at once. It is a typical custom that you find in larger communities because it would take too much time to have every person say it individually. Nevertheless, there are some, such as the Mata Ephraim, in Tav Kuf, Pei Aleph, Sif Katan, Mem Tet, who say that it should be one at a time. Women can annul their vows through the recitation of Kol Nidre. And that's also the reason why so many women would come to Shul Kol Nidre night, and a married woman could appoint her husband to serve as her shliach to annul the vows when he's doing the Hatarat Nedarim on Erev Rosh Hashanah. This is ultimately the basis of why we do Hatarat Nedarim primarily with men, but if an unmarried woman doesn't appoint somebody, male or female, to act as a shliach, she should also annul her vows on Erev Rosh Hashanah.